Hey everybody, Sean Fury here, creator of the Hero Support Network and author of the Change Agent's Guide to Engineering the Happiness Machine. Want to pick up where I left off in the last video talking about fear and envy. So I mentioned that the person who is afraid of being punished by other people, usually because they've grown up in an abusive home where you get punished for being you, just for existing, right? So just for being the acorn gets punished. Just for being the little hatchling in the bird's nest, it gets punished, just for cracking out of the egg. Just for wanting to jump off the nest and fly, the bird gets punished. Imagine how asinine that sounds. That doesn't make sense. And yet that's what we're doing to each other when we abuse and mistreat each other. It's one tree in the forest treating all the other trees as if they don't have a right to be there, as if they're not entitled to exist on planet Earth, as if that one tree is entitled, but no one else is. That one tree is entitled to all the resources, to all the nutrients, to all the life and aliveness, right? And they don't even realize that actually part of the experience of life and aliveness is connection with the community. It's connection with other beings around them. And yet they're disconnected, so they don't have that experience. And so it's just so sickening to me. I'm kind of passionate about it, especially in the moment, because I encounter this every day in my own circle of friends and family. And it's amazing to me how hard it is for people to wrap their head around this, or their heart, and at the root of it all, from my perspective, is a fear of healthy, appropriate, nonviolent conflict, right? Sometimes you have to stand up for yourself. And you may have been taught, in elementary school that happens like once every 10 years. In fact, if you're actually living your life as a healthy person, you're likely to be experiencing conflict a lot. Because there are a lot of people out there who are not honest with themselves or others about who they are, about their intentions. And when they try to suck you into the fantasy that they're living, and you resist it, they're going to have a conflict with you. That's all part of behavioral shaping, right? Family systems, workplaces, they're all constructed socially by the way that we are shaping one another. The things that we put up with, the things we tolerate, the things that we allow, and the things that we reinforce, meaning we make sure that they're likely to happen again by the way that we attend to them, by the way that we applaud them, the way that we give them attention, right? So where does the envy piece come in? So now let's imagine that someone who is afraid of being punished because they're afraid of being themselves and telling what they really think and feel in a totally respectful and appropriate manner, because all their life they've been punished for that. And they've also witnessed other people, let's say like me, being bullied or punished socially through people withdrawing affection, trying to isolate you from the family or friend group, all because you merely want to be able to be yourself. You want to be yourself without being put down for it, right? So what we're really talking about here is a prevailing tendency of people to be psychologically and emotionally abusive to other people. And the reason why this happens so often is because it's not illegal, and it's hard to pin down. It's hard to show a pattern of someone mistreating you mentally and emotionally. And it's also, this is kind of targeting your inner man or woman, your inner spiritual self, you could say, because it's the you that's driving your circumstances. All these kids that are committing suicide and stuff are having this part of them targeted at school. They don't want to go there. They don't want to be around. They don't want to live, because their inner person is just constantly just being thrashed right down. And that is a mentally and emotionally violent thing that is being done to them. And no one cares, typically. So where does the envy part come in? The person who is afraid of confronting the abuser or the oppressor in their life, at work, at home, is not able to reach their full potential, because that would require them to have healthy conflict. Because when someone comes along and tries to destroy their healthy circumstances, they have to stand up and protect them. That's a heroic thing to do. But instead, they fear doing that, and so they envy people who are doing that. And this is where you see people wanting to take you down all the time, because if they can't have it, you can't have it. And that really sucks, but that's the bottom line. So you have to realize that they're choosing that path, and you kind of let them go. Alright, take care.